So good morning everyone. Good morning ma'am. So my topic is all about the statistics and computer tools for analyzing of assessment data. So we have here the three types of statistical measure. These are first the measures of central tendency, measures of variations, and last would be the measures of relationship. But first, let us discuss what is statistics. So statistics concern with the organization, analysis, and interpretation of test scores and other numerical data. When we say data, these are pieces of information. For example, test scores, the ages of your students in a certain subject, or even genders of the last 8 people to walk by. So next is the descriptive and inferential statistics. So descriptive statistics is used to describe a group of individuals or describe the data that have been collected. It is used to describe variables that were grouped in order to determine the measure of a certain dependent variable that needs to be measured. So, such indices are calculated using samples drawn from a population, and these are called statistics. On the other hand, when indices are calculated using the entire population, it is called the parameters. So basically, this type of statistics is used for summarizing and describing data sets. So on the other hand, inferential statistics, these are when there is a need to make a decision, estimate prediction, or generalize about a population based on a sample, then inferential statistics will be utilized. There are two types of statistics in inferential. These are parametric and non-parametric. So parametric test is used when data is normally distributed or when the sample size is reasonably large, and while the non-parametric test is used when data is not normally distributed or when the sample size is too small. Let us proceed to the statistical tools, and we have here the measures of central tendency. So I know that we have already encountered during in our first year the mean, median, and mode. So the mean is simply an arithmetic average of all the scores in the distribution, while the median is the point that divides the scores into two equal halves, and while the mode is the most frequently occurring score in the distribution. Next is the measures of variability. So the range is calculated by subtracting the lowest score from the highest score, while the quartile deviation is based on the range of the middle 50% of the scores instead of the range of the entire set. So it is also called the semi-interquartile range. So last is the standard deviation. So it offers a way of thinking about the average variability of a set of scores when they compute the mean. So it tells the average distance from the mean for each of these scores in the distribution. Next, we have the standard scores. So we have this z-score, which expresses test performance simply and directly as a number of standard deviation units. Our score is above or below the mean. Next, we have the t-score. It refers to any set of normally distributed standard scores that has a mean of 50 and a standard deviation of 10. Next is the stanins. These are simple types of normalized standard scores that illustrate the process of normalization. They are a single-digit scores ranging from 1 to 9. Last would be the percentile rank. So it indicates students' relative position in a group in terms of the percentage of students scoring lower. Indicators of relationship. We have the first is the graphic presentation. So by using graphic display techniques, the relationship between two variables can be described according to its magnitude, whether it is strong or weak, and its direction, whether it is positive or negative. Next is the product moment correlation. So this is the most widely used indicator or the magnitude and direction of the relationship between two variables. So this popularly known as person correlation coefficient, named after the English statistician Carl Pearson. Next is the rank order correlation coefficient. So it is another technique for estimating the magnitude and direction of the relationship between two variables. So this technique was introduced by Sir Charles Spearman. These are the basic steps in opening the MS Excel program. So first, click the icon of MS Excel, or if not available, click Start button to choose all programs and double click on MS Excel to open the program. So this is the initial window that will appear, and if you're using the latest version of MS Excel, simply click on blank document option. If you have a previously created file to work on, then simply double-click Open Other Worksheets. So, once a worksheet has been opened, it is now ready for data entry. You may now encode the scores or the data that will be processed. So, the worksheet is like this. So, now you may start encoding your data. Next is the charts and frequency distribution. So the table below contains the grades of 10 students in their mathematics and English subjects. So the first column is the student's class number, the second column is the math grade, and the third column is the English grade. So using the encoded data, it may be converted into charts and or diagrams. So a scatter diagram was created by using the insert chart function of MS Excel. So first, click the Insert tab, then among the chart options, choose Insert Scatter. Note that other types of chart may be chosen based on preferences of the user and how they would want to present their data. Bar graphs, pie charts, line graphs, and etc. are just some of the charts available and can be utilized. So next is the computing for the measures of central tendency, variability, and correlation. So statistical functions are available on MS Excel. So first, click the Formulas tab and the different available formulae logically organized will be displayed. Choose the More Functions icon, then choose Statistical. Several statistical formula are provided on the list. For the mean, the function average will be used. So for example, for the mean, choose average from the list. Once you click the function average, the following screen will be displayed. Fill in the required fields to indicate which among the encoded data will be considered in the computation of the mean. Press OK, and automatically the mean will be computed and placed on the space where you indicated to place the result. So for this case, the ones enclosed with rounded edge box. So the same process for the calculating of the standard deviation, median, mode, range, percent, and the z-test.